Yo, what's going on? I'm OUTLIT, back with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to get that lucrative, Lucian, crazy sound and distortion in your beats without actually clipping the mix. Because if there's one thing I've noticed going to professional studios, it's all fun and games mixing on those laptop speakers and AirPods and everything, making it clip. But once you get in those studios with the high fidelity speakers, the clipping just doesn't sound as good. Ear warning, this might be a little loud. I'm gonna pull up the mixer and show you just how crazy it's clipping. Right now we just got our trusty soft clipper on there. Got the 808 peaking at like 3 decibels, right? Everything's mixed. It's cool, but there is a way to actually get the same effect and even a more distorted, gritty effect without clipping the mix like that. So first things first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take everything down a good 4 decibels, right? So let's see, that would be like negative 1.6. Here's what it sounds now. All right, cool. See these things over here, the send? If you don't see it, click the very side of the mixer to pop it out. Unfortunately, you can't see my cursor, but it's the line right where you see these little carrots, right to the left of it. You pop that out, you click that, and these are called sends. And what this basically means is you can send a signal to it and independently operate a wet signal, right? So with a reverb, for instance, I could have a send with the reverb wet signal, and I could mute any of these channels with the reverb on it, and the wet signal is still going to be playing, even if the dry signal is muted, the origin track. Just to simulate this, right, I'm going to do it with the main lead. I'm gonna put a send on there. Fruity send is what you need to use here. There might be another plugin I'm just not aware of. But you use the fruity send it to any of these 4. Don't send it to the master, but send it to insert 100 through 103. Say 103. Get your reverb and take the dry signal out, right? You can mess with this, whatever. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go mute this dry channel here. Now that you know what a send does, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a fruity send on the 808 and anything I want to distort. Because how that soft clipping method works is the 808 is being pushed over 0 decibels, and the sine wave inside of the 808 is creating it's saturating the other sounds because it's going above 0 decibels and triggering that soft clipper. So I'm gonna put a send on the 808, lead 1 here, and lead 2. I'm not gonna put it on the high ambience track here because I want that to remain clean, and this is going to be the kicker. You can manipulate it at a higher level. So yeah, putting the send on there, and I'm going to send it to channel 100 here. So just click your send to, and I renamed it distortion bus, so it's going to come over here. Now for your synth sounds you wanted to be distorting, go in when you're adding the send, you want to take the dry signal out so that there's no phasing. It's very, very important. You can mess with this later because it's really sound dependent whether or not there's going to be phasing and messing with your mix and all that. But to start, you can take the dry signal out within the plugin here. Also with lead 2. Boom. So on your distortion bus, the first thing you're going to want to do is cut out everything below about 200 hertz. I'll explain later. Then you're gonna wanna take a Maximus plugin and put it before the EQ. So it's Maximus and then EQ after. So with the Maximus plugin, what you're basically doing is on this master tab on the left, see there's 4 tabs, master, high, mid, low. On the master tab, you come into this little threshold knob, right? I'm behind it now, damn, okay. The threshold knob is this in the saturation box here. See threshold, saturation, and ceiling here. The threshold, basically kind of like a compressor, you're dictating where the distortion starts and ends, and the ceiling is where it triggers. What you're gonna wanna do is this threshold knob, you're gonna wanna put it where it says 1% soft saturation on the right. Like you take it, you bring it to the right just enough. On the top left corner, you can get all sorts of information on anything you're hovering your mouse over in FL Studio. So you can easily see how much you're affecting it by percentage in that top left little window. So I'm gonna put it on a 1% soft saturation level. And then the ceiling, you experiment with the ceiling. So solo your distortion bus, right click the little green button, right? And then play your beat. See, this is where the EQ comes into play. Because if you had no EQ, then that low end, since it's a doubled signal, that low end would be clashing with your actual 808 playing. And that would create major phasing in your mix. The fuck? I don't know what happened there. So from here, you can just experiment with the ceiling level. The lower the ceiling is, the more distorted and gritty it's gonna get, but it can also convolute the signal you're hearing. So hear that? 1% soft saturation level and messing with the ceiling. Magical, right? If I wanted to emulate just how it was through the soft clipper, I would probably go to about -6 to 9. Now if I want to hear back the beat, oh man, see how clear everything is now? I'm gonna put a little dry back into the lead too, because you can't really hear it as much. Yeah. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. Maybe distort it a little bit less. Yeah. And going back to this other sound we didn't affect here, the beauty of the send method when distorting your beats is that you can have these clean sounds in there. So everyone's gonna be like, whoa, like everything's so distorted, but that sound is super clean. How do you do that? Then you can say, OUTLIT, yeet, swerved it, system producer told you. This high ambience right here. No clipping, bro. No clipping. We could even bring it down lower and same grittiness, bro. That's at -3. It's peaking at -3, and it's this crazy sounding. So just to compare the difference, here's how it originally sounded. And here's with the distortion method. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I use this trick for sound design all over the place. It's something I learned in my EDM days. You can throw a sine wave with another sine wave and use Maximus like that, bro, you're going to be sounding like Dr. P in no time, for real. That's a whole nother video I'm going to do. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super happy to have figured out Streamlabs. As you can see, I got a green screen. I kind of getting the hang of this, so expect more streaming videos, etc. soon. More placements soon. Got one dropping on the 14th. Can't say much about it yet. Many more coming this year already lined up. So blessed, grateful. See you next time.